What do you do when everybody has their whip limit full and everybody is working as hard as they can to accomplish the goals that they are working towards? And then the customer comes to you and says, actually, what you're working on is no longer going to work. I need you to change and put this in instead. Now, of course, if they're doing it wisely in an agile type way, you're going to be pulling something out so that you can put the new thing in. But what do you do when it's your boss who comes to you and says, well, hey, we had another client come to us. We know that you guys are all busy, but we had another client come to us and they are offering $1 million if we can get this solution taken care of for them. And, or maybe it's a personal favor. Maybe there's just something that the boss says that she says, no, you've got to do this way. Or the boss says, you need to do this specific thing for me. When the boss is throwing things around, or when anybody is trying to interrupt your flow across your Kanban board and through your process and trying to interrupt that, here's how you can push back a little bit and put the judgment of the value of that freezing up of the process on the decision maker's head. And that is this. There is in Kanban something called an expedite card. And the expedite card is pretty cool because the expedite, the person who wants to interrupt the process brings it in. And that means that you can, with the expedite card in your column, you can go 1 over your whip limit. That is the only thing about the expedite card. And on top of that, the expedite, it can be compared against the value of what we're about to finish and what's being worked on right now. Because we know how much cycle time we have, hopefully, by this point. And when we know how long it takes for a card to get through the cycle, even from the very moment we put it in the plan column, then we can compare how long is that cycle time versus what's the deadline on this expedited thing that we need to suddenly do. And if we look at the two of them and what we have in process is worth more than stopping everything and working on that expedite card. Because when you work an expedite, you stop all work that's in your column, you only work that expedite, and then you tell the next team that it's ready and they pull it immediately. They stop all their work and you can now resume your work. So this has to happen where you can compare the two and say, boss, I know we can get $1 million here, but what about the $10 million that we're going to lose if we are late on these deliveries up here? So why not put it at the top of the plan column and we'll go from there.